Hello again, guys. Welcome back, and thanks to everyone who recently subscribed to my channel. Now, as a former soldier and someone who locked up prisoners for a living after that, my two previous careers, I've heard some pretty damn good put-downs in my time, hilarious ones as well. But I think the way J.K. Rowling recently dealt with Emma Watson, it tops the lot. It's a real thing of beauty. She completely destroys her. She smokes her. J.K. Rowling really puts Emma Watson in her place. And it's high time too, you know? Now, I'm going to dive into this delicious little spat that got the internet buzzing like a beehive poked with a stick. J.K. Rowling, the literary titan who gave us Harry Potter, has just dropped a verbal anvil on Emma Watson, the actress who played Hermione Granger, am I right? And boy, it's a thing of beauty, like I said. Now, for those of you who've been lying under a rock the past 20 years, or maybe you're just too busy trying to pay your bills to keep up with celebrity squabbles, here's the deal. Emma Watson, who's made a career out of being, how can I describe it, professionally earnest, apparently said something that got up Rowling's nose, and Rowling, not one to suffer fools gladly, clapped back with this absolute gem, and I quote, "Like other people who've never experienced adult life uncushioned by wealth and fame, Emma has so little experience of real life, she is ignorant of how ignorant she is," end quote. Ooh. Now you may think that's a good one, but the best is yet to come. And that's not just a burn, folks, that's a 5-alarm inferno, isn't it? That's the kind of line that leaves scorch marks on your ego and sends you crying to your therapist with a copy of Harry Potter and the Goblet of Ouch. And then, just to twist the knife, Rowling adds, and this is the best one for me, this is the knockout punch, alright, and I quote, "I wasn't a multimillionaire at 14. I lived in poverty while writing the book that made Emma famous," end quote. Boom. And Emma, sweetheart, if you're watching by any chance, you've just been schooled by the woman who invented the game you're playing. So let's unpack this, shall we? Because this is what happens when a privileged actress decides to lecture the woman who built the world she profited from. Emma Watson, bless her cotton socks, has spent her life floating on a cloud of fame and fortune ever since she was cast as Hermione. Is it Hermione or Hermione? Hey, correct me in the comments. Anyway, at the ripe old age of what? She was 11, I think. She's been red carpeted, pampered, and applauded her entire adult life. Let's not forget, folks, she was born to wealthy lawyer parents. So she's never known life of struggling, going without, etc. She's led a pretty privileged life in a bubble. And now she's out here trying to preach about the real world. To J.K. Rowling, or she tried anyway, the woman who was scratching out Harry Potter on napkins while living on benefits, raising a kid, and dodging the bailiffs. That's like a vegan lecturing a butcher on how to carve a steak, isn't it, really? It's not just tone deaf, it's a full-blown symphony of cluelessness. Rowling's not just saying Emma's out of touch, she's saying Emma's so out of touch, she doesn't even know what touch looks like. And that, my friends, is the kind of ignorance that only a life of private jets and adoring fans can cultivate. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm sure Emma's a lovely person. She's got that whole "I'm going to save the world with my TED Talk" voice, hasn't she, thing going on. And good for her, but when you start wagging your finger at the woman who created the very platform you're standing on, you better bring something more substantial than a posh accent and a degree in performative virtue. Rowling's been through the ringer, quite literally, poverty, rejection, the lot. She didn't just write a book, she built an empire from nothing, while Emma was still learning how to spell feminism for her Instagram captions. And here's the thing, Rowling's not just calling out Emma's privilege, she's exposing the whole bubble of celebrity sanctimony. Those Hollywood types, they love to lecture us about life, don't they? They'll stand there in their designer gowns, sipping champagne at some gala, telling us how we need to be better, kinder, more aware. Meanwhile, they've never had to choose between paying the electric bill or buying groceries, have they? Rowling saying what we're all thinking, basically. Sit down, love. You're not qualified to lecture anyone about the real world until you've lived it. And that line about, I wasn't a multimillionaire at 14, that's not a flex. That's a mic drop. That's Rowling reminding Emma and the rest of us that she clawed her way up from nothing while Emma was handed a golden ticket. So without Rowling's books, Emma Watson would just be another drama school graduate waiting tables in London. Harsh? Maybe. True? Absolutely. And so what's the lesson here? Well, for starters, if you're going to take a swing at J.K. Rowling, you'd better come armed with more than a superiority complex and a fan base, because she's not just a writer, she's a warrior with a pen, and she's got no patience for ungrateful stars who bite the hand that feeds them. And to the rest of us, maybe it's a reminder to stay humble, especially when you're standing on someone else's shoulders. And there we go. What do you reckon? Let me know in the comments. I'm Past49. Thanks for watching, and until the next time, keep your wits sharp and your ignorance in check. Roger Trout.